today we're here to talk about my September TBR, and I have to be honest with you, as I was pulling out these books, as I continued to think about this video, I kept thinking, okay, what am I going to read in August? What am I going to read in August? And then it dawned on me, we are in August and it's gonna be September. I feel like my mind is just not wrapping itself around the fact that we are going into September and the fall, but we are here, so let's dive on in. Welcome back for those that are coming back, and for those that are new here, my name is Laura. I want to preface this by saying there are a lot of books here. I know I may not get to every single one of them, but these are really what I'm hoping to get to. There is another one that I will mention later on in the video, but I really am hoping to get to every single one of these. I feel like September, I have high hopes, it's going to be a good reading month. So let's jump on in. We have on top here, we have cozy mysteries, then we go into romance, and then we go into Christian romance, and then last but not least we go into romantic suspense, and we have one thriller. Okay, so the first two books I have on my stack here are the cozy mysteries I want to read this month. We have The Rocky Road to Ruin by Mary Allen, and then we have Mint Chocolate Murder by Mary Allen. So these are books 1 and 2 in a series. I have book 3 on my TBR shelf, but that one takes place during Halloween. Halloween's in October, so that's when I want to read that one. So I wanted to get to these two this month so I can prepare for that one next month. These have been on my TBR for quite a while. I want to say close to a year, because I got them when my son was just a couple months old, and he's like 14 months right now, so just a little over a year old. These have been on there for quite a while and I want to get to them. I've heard really great things. I saw these over at Books with Amy Marie and she has said very good things about them. So those are the first two on my TBR for September. Getting into our romance here. So I started this series. This is the Stargazer Springs Ranch series by Remy Carrington. And I initially bought just book 1, which was Wrangled by Lilith. I read it and I adored it. So I wanted the entire series plus more, which if you didn't see, I will link the video of me unboxing her packages because they are just so well packaged. I love everything about her packages, so I will link that down below in case you missed it. But here are books 2 and 3 in this series. We have Enchanted by Joji, and then we have book 3, which is Helped by Ava. And I have to say, I am very excited to get to book 3 specifically. I love that Remy does such a good job. Remy is also Pam. I love that she does such a good job of not only getting you invested with the main characters, but Ava was a side character in book 1. You are so invested in the side characters that I literally cannot wait to get to Ava's story. I love when authors can do that. They not only hook you with those main characters, but you are so intrigued to find out what happens with the side ones. So excited to get to book 3. And now we are going to dive in to the Christian romance I have here. So the first book I have is part of a series. I read book 1, was it this month or last month? I don't know. I read book 1 very, very recently. This is book 2, and I know book 3 is coming out in the spring of 2025, and I cannot wait. I know I'm going to be hooked on this series as a whole. We have The Roads We Follow by Nicole Deese. There is that one, again, book 2 in the Fog Harbor romance series. I am very excited. I want to read this one before I grab any more Nicole Deese books. You guys know I have a problem when I love an author. I just go and I buy every single one of their books. I'm trying to stop that. I'm trying to control myself. I have this one. I want to get through this one and then continue on to more of her backlist. But I loved book 1 in the series. I cannot wait for this one. I've heard that people like this one more than book 1, and the fact that I love book 1 says a lot. So I'm again just very excited to jump into this. I love Nicole's writing and cannot wait. This one, this is a new to me author, and I actually heard about this author through my friend Alicia over at Alicia's Book Sanctuary on Instagram. I will leave her Instagram link down below. You guys know I love her recommendations. She has not read this author, but she said she heard really great things about this author and I wanted to pick up one of her books. So this is Redemption by T. Bell. It is part of the Rising from the Ashes series. It is book 1, and then it has a little Benton Falls little logo here as well. I'm excited to dive into these. I heard T-Belle's books are just very deep and emotional reads, and I've been looking for something like that. So I am very, very excited to jump into this one and give her writing a try. I also did message her on Instagram before I bought this one because I wanted to see where I should start with her book. She also has another series, and the first book of that one is Letters of Grace, I believe. And I wanted to see where I should start, what book I should pick up first from her since I'm a new reader of hers. And this is the one she recommended, and she says this is her favorite. So this is on my list. I cannot wait to get to it, and I have a feeling I'm going to be reading this very early on in the month because, like I said, it's a very anticipated read, and I have very high hopes and expectations for it. Super excited. And then last but not least, as far as Christian romance goes, we have Beyond Ivy Walls by Rachel Fordham. This is a new release. I believe this one came out in August, and I've heard nothing but absolutely rave reviews about this book, about Rachel Fordham in general, if I'm being honest. I have another one of her books on my TBR shelf. That one is The Letter Tree. And I'm just excited to jump into her writing because, like I said, I have heard nothing but amazing things about her books. So here is this one. Excited about it. I've heard it's quite like Beauty and the Beast, and it actually says that on the back here as well. It says, reminiscent of Beauty and the Beast, a recluse and a young woman discover that the scars of life are no match against an act of love. So again, very excited to jump into her work in general. So there's that one. And then we have here the two romantic suspense I'm going to jump into this month. I am brand new to romantic suspense, so if you have an author you love as far as romantic suspense goes, please leave that down below. I do want to jump into Lynn H. Blackburn eventually here. I know a lot of readers love her books, so I just need to get my hands on one of those ones, but these are the ones that I have for September. We have Mind Games by Nancy Mell. A lot of you guys have said absolutely amazing things about Nancy Mell. This is book 1 in her Kaylee Quinn Profiler series. I have books 2 and 3 on my shelf already. So I am going to start the series. We will see how I like it. Again, you guys say amazing things about her writing. So another author I am very excited to try and possibly get into her backlist if I really enjoy her writing. And then last but not least, as far as romantic suspense goes, I again am excited to, as you can tell, I am very excited for all of these books, but this is an author I've heard really great things about as well, and I ended up getting this book on Pango for really, really cheap, so that's also a huge plus. We have Into the Fire by Irene Hannon, and this is part of her Undaunted Courage series, book 1. I love when books have the foiling on it. I think it just stands out so much. So there is that, and it also has it on the edge. But I can't wait to jump into Irene's writing as well. And I haven't heard that many things about this one, so I'm kind of intrigued to jump in and see how I feel about it. The last book on my September TBR. I know I have a lot of books on this TBR. I know. I'm hoping to get to them, but the last book is a thriller, and it is The Champagne Toast by Leah Orr. So this one is actually getting sent to me by Leah herself. I was so excited about this because I read one of her books previously, which is The She Shed, and I enjoyed that one. I have another one of her books called The Executive Suite, which I'm really hoping to get to by the end of this month in August here. So I am so excited that I will be getting this one in the mail here very shortly, and I'm excited to give it a read. I also love that my uncle is the one who sent me the books I have by Leah Orr, The She Shed and The Executive Suite. He sent me them, so they are so special to me. I also love knowing that she is actually local to my uncle. So my uncle met her in person, got the books signed, and sent them to me. And just knowing that a family member has a local author to them, it was so sweet of my uncle to send me those books. And it's also so amazing that Leah reached out to me. And that's kind of how we came across each other. I really, really love that and adore that. So anyway, those are all of the books on my September TBR. I would love to know, do you set TBRs or are you a mood reader? If you are someone who sets a TBR for the month, what do you plan on reading in September? What is the book you most look forward to? I want to know everything. Let me know in the comments down below. Thank you guys for sticking with me for this video. I appreciate each and every single one of you so much. If you like this video, make sure to give it that thumbs up. And if you want to see more bookish related videos, make sure to hit that subscribe button. I would absolutely love to have you. Thank you guys so much, and I will see you soon.